Welcome to In Moderation,
the show where we give you a moderate dose of info, sarcasm, and we already know we're not approved.
Welcome back to Mike in Moderation, where every week we replace one of the hosts with Mike because stuff's going on. And yeah, what's up, Mike?
I was going to just pretend to be Liam, not say anything, introduce myself as Liam, just act as Liam.
What's up, Liam?
I'm doing all
What's
right.
up, Liam?
Anyway, would you happen to know the street that I grew up on and my mother's maiden name?
The street you grew up on was...
My childhood dog.
I know this. Come on.
Sorry, I forgot. It's just not coming to me.
Are you trying to come up with a stripper name or banking security questions?
I can't figure out how to get into my banking details. That it is what it is.
The answer is cottage cheese. Cottage cheese.
I've got your social insurance number written down over here. I'll send it to you later.
Oh, perfect. Thank you.
Yeah,
it'll actually be in the description of this video. Everyone else can find it.
We've got to pretend to be no one.
I mean, Liam conveniently dragged somebody in off the street.
I did. I absolutely did. And I doubt that he would ever feel the need to pretend to be someone else because he's so cool on his own. Edin Sahovic, hello.
Hello. Thank you so much for the warm welcome. That is the welcome that I deserve. By the way, if you notice, if you guys are watching this, I don't know if you can hear the difference, but if you're watching this, my head and Mike's heads are bobbing up and down. And before we started recording, I realized Mike was walking on a walking pad, and I felt like guilty for not walking on my walking pad, and my steps were really, really low. So
significantly lower than Mike's.
Yeah, I put it this way. All I'm going to say is I'm less than 30% of Mike's steps for the day. So I felt obligated to at least walk slowly.
I
and
do
then
all
I'm
of
over
my
here just being like,
here.
Screw that. I'm going to sit.
Dude, he's balling. He's in comfort mode.
All my client calls, my coaching calls, everything I do on this walking pad standing. So I'm getting like 20 to 30,000 steps a day. I'm grinding.
I actually don't doubt that. Like, what are you walking at? Like a 1.7 to 2.0 all day or even faster?
2.6 right now.
That's pretty fast. Well, okay. So if you were typing though, you slow it down a bit, no?
Oh yeah. If I'm typing, like if I have to write, because I take all my notes, pen and paper, sometimes I'll step off to do that.
Right.
But otherwise,
right.
like if I'm
side
talking,
to side.
Yep. Where we just drop it really short.
Yeah. Fair play. I was going to say, I'm more like if I'm editing a video and walking pad, that's actually the saving grace for my steps. Because for a lot of people that don't know this, I batch record a lot of my videos. So what that means is I'll try to record a few quote unquote evergreen videos or videos that don't really matter what day I post them on, just so that because I try to post every single day. And so I'll also do some reaction videos, but usually I'll take 2 days out of the week to record like 7 or 8 videos, if not more, if I can. And then the rest of the days, if there's something pertinent that comes up, like today, I'll record a reaction, I'll record a response to a question, things like that, and then edit that on the fly. But because I work full time, and then coaching as well, so it helps me to be there every single day. But anyways, when I'm editing, I like to have like 1.5 speed because I can't type any faster. But even that 1.5 to or 1.7-ish is what I'm averaging. Miles per hour is the speed. It's very slow walk. You'd almost feel like, oh, that's nothing. Dude, when you're editing for like 2 to 3 hours, you end up getting at like over 10K steps easily. And it's like painfully slow.
That's all interesting and stuff, but who the fuck are you?
So for those of you that don't know me, this isn't my first time on this show. I'm just some diabetic guy that they pulled off the street. They saw me taking a needle and they thought, that sounds interesting. So they brought me in. And Mike was like, dude, this guy looks like a lot of fun. No, but I go by Evidence
suck my
Nutrition.
Dick for a Snickers bar.
Dude, you never told me there was a Snickers bar. I would have ran faster. My name's Edin. I make videos on a page called Evidence Nutrition. I have a background in nutrition and dietetics, similar to Liam, I guess. So I make videos debunking misinformation, educating, hopefully simplifying nutrition is hopefully the goal, nutrition, fitness, those kind of things. I just don't make cool replies and cooking videos and stuff like that because I'm not cool. It's not that I'm lacking the videos. I'm just not cool. That's all. So.
All right. Now we know who you are.
Yes.
Perfect. Now we can go back to talking about how Mike gets way too many steps in a day.
This is, Rob, are you taking a cue from me and my critique that we don't ever introduce who we're talking to? Nor do you introduce you?
No, what was it? Way back on like episode 9, one of the comments on one of the videos was that we don't introduce the guests well enough. It took you 30 minutes to
introduce someone?
And so after that point, we were just like, okay, guests introduce themselves.
Yeah. I kind of like that, though. It's way more informal. It's way more... listen, I mean, the podcasts I listen to when I'm in the car or whatever, they're very conversational. And I think that's a little bit easier to follow because sometimes you just want people talking in your ear about nothing too stressful, you know? So
that's what we do.
I like it.
Nothing too stressful. Nothing substantial.
Nothing substantial except the DeLorean fund.
Except the DeLorean. Whoa. Oh, we're raising money for not an old DeLorean, but a new DeLorean. They're making new ones. They've made like a second generation DeLorean. It's
the DeLorean Motor Company.
Yes, and it's got the gold wing doors. Same thing.
I did hear of this, but I have not actively. I am currently looking it up as we speak.
What you'll find there, probably listed fairly prominently, is the price for the new DeLorean. And that's kind of the hurdle right now.
That's just our first hurdle that we're facing. So is it the first hurdle? The Alpha 5? Is that what you're looking at?
Is that what it's called? That's the one. It's the one that's $250,000. That's the one we're looking at.
Why is this like the spec is ass? Like it looks cool. Don't get me wrong. Yeah. But like performance wise, this thing is ass. What the?
The original DeLorean was also ass.
Also it wasn't ass. To be fair, this is car. Yeah. To be fair, this is a massive improvement. This is kind of what the DeLorean thought it was at the time. I feel like it's got a nice rear end. I will say, rear profiles cool. Gull-wing doors cool.
It's ass. Yeah, nice ass.
It does. Yeah, exactly. We're on par here.
It's like somebody blasting 1.5 grams of Tren. They look real great on the outside, but their insides are melting.
Yeah. Yeah. Yes. And they're made of batteries also.
Made of batteries.
I presume this is electric, but I can't really see anything.
Yes, it is an EV. But here's the reason why Liam wants this car, and I support him. So I'm a big Back to the Future fan. Right?
Okay.
I've got, in fact, right here, pieces of the original DeLorean time machine screen used.
Oh, wow.
So, yeah, I'm serious about this thing. Liam has never seen the film. Now, the reason he wants the DeLorean is when people ask him, well, are you a fan of Back to the Future? He wants to be able to say no. I've never seen it.
That's like, yeah, that feels on brand.
So that's where we're at.
Well, I'm a big car guy, so I support that. I think if anyone likes any cars, and cars are an interesting piece of kit because they can start a conversation. Doesn't matter how big of a piece of junk it is or how incredibly expensive it is. And like anywhere in between, if you have like a cool, unique car, I feel like it just starts a conversation and networks you unintentionally. So
today on In Moderation, cool. Screw talking about health and fitness. We're talking about cars.
Just side tangent. Sorry. Yeah. But you could have like, an 80s truck. An 80s truck, and if you restore it, or even if you don't, it's a good conversation piece. Or a $250,000 DeLorean.
I've got a 98 Toyota Corolla, pristine condition. This thing does not burn oil. Oh, you got a
Rolls Royce?
A Rolls Royce.
Yeah. Dude, those things are running forever. That is pure luxury.
It's about to hit 400,000 miles.
Yeah, Rose getting a Cybertruck.
And then he's getting a fridge? Wow, that's crazy. What an upgrade.
So tell us what you're doing in the fitness space. Who do you help? Why do you help them?
So currently, I help a wide variety of people, but I work with some athletes in the space, and I work with a lot of general pop now. We've relaunched the coaching, and we're working with them on really quite simply simplifying their nutrition. So for some folks, that may be just giving them a plan to stick to, whether that's nutrition or fitness or both. And then for other folks, that's creating an idea around nutrition that helps them, separate. Really, it's helping them improve their relationship with food. But for a lot of folks, I don't want them to think about even that there is a relationship. Even though there is a relationship with food, a lot of people like get so tied down to like, oh my God, like food is ruining me. And so it's like trying to separate them from food being this thing that they think they're addicted to or might actually be addicted to, or, there's all of these different preconceived notions around it. So again, just trying to help them see what quote unquote eating healthy can look like and demystifying that for them. So anyway, we as in me, I do have some help with trying to organize my time, but otherwise it's just me and the coaching side, and trying to get them, demystifying their fitness and nutrition, really trying to make it not so granular. While yes, there's a lot of research and I do a lot of reading every week, but just trying to make the average Joe who works a day job, not trying to be a bodybuilder, that works, whether there's some C-suite execs, there's some folks that work just a 9-to-5 job in a corporate building. They don't want to be bodybuilders. And I don't want to work with bodybuilders, to be quite honest with you. I have done that work in the past, not hated those experiences, but it's just not for me, because I don't want to teach you to be on stage because I don't want to be on stage. So that's kind of the gist of it.
Yeah, health and fitness are very different from bodybuilding performances.
Extremely different. Anybody, and even sport from health and fitness are very different. Talking to some of my clients who are involved in sport compared to just talking to people who want to learn about exercise and nutrition. So I actually will talk about exercise nutrition separately from sport nutrition. They're very different. One of them, timing matters a lot. One of them, timing matters a lot less. So it's really complicated. And then if I put a video out for sport nutrition, I'm going to get all the people that follow me for exercise nutrition like, what? Like the freaking out, because the guidance should be different. So, yeah.
So how do you feel about the social media pushing 200 grams of protein a day on just the average Joe?
Here's the thing. One of my clients who is an athlete, I recently had to walk them off the ledge of the gram per pound of protein, because, when you equate calories and then also take most of their calories effectively, or almost half, and put them towards protein. And then a lot of that, obviously, if they're eating protein, they eat meat. So a lot of them, they would also be consuming a high amount of fat in conjunction with that. You've got nothing left on the carbs. The carbs end up being like 100, and this person was on average, I think it was 150, 160 grams of carbs per day. They're an endurance athlete. They had effectively nothing left for carbohydrates. And carbohydrates, I don't care what carnivore keto douchebag you want to be, that's great. But even keto researchers, which I'm friends with a solid amount of them, will tell you that low carb is great unless you want to be an athlete. Then it's not. So it's trying to unlearn these behaviors or unlearn these preconceived notions that a lot of these folks have. Sometimes I'm lucky and the client is very receptive to it. Other times I'm not lucky and they just start looking for the next person who's going to tell them what they want to hear. That's life.
Right.
That's the industry that we live in, I think. And I think, honestly, that's important to talk about too, because I feel like a lot of coaches want to be like, yeah, I can help everyone. No, you can't. You can't. And it's not because you're uneducated. I try to comment this to some people, maybe like quite literally on their comment section. Like everyone wants to be like, yo, sign up for my coaching, this and that. Cool, I get it. You have a business, but like you can't help everyone. And if you think you can, you're going to get absolutely railed by life quickly. It'll humble you. So in instances like this, you're going to be heartbroken, right? Because I think people that are coaches, there's a lot of them, whether nutrition coaches, dietitians, fitness coaches, whatever, they get heartbroken when they can't help people because they get into the industry to help people. So I feel like I learned that maybe not so early on, but early enough that I don't get upset about it. I just try to find someone that can maybe guide the person back to reality if I can't, or that can use what they, so I just try to find somebody else that might be able to help them that I know, and then push them over to them, which happens a lot more than you think. I actually don't take on a lot of clients.
I send people to other people all the time.
Yeah.
They'll come to me and they'll like, I'm not particularly a personal trainer. I deal with people who are more so. My ideal client is someone who has been trying to lose 50 plus pounds for 5+ years and has really been struggling with it. They've tried everything. They're probably an emotional eater, somebody who has lost weight successfully before but gained it back. Just people who have a relationship with their weight. They're not just like, maybe I'm going to try to lose some weight right now. Like,
it's almost like an identity, right?
Yeah. I'm not just going to be giving calories and macros and here's how to move. Like we're going to get into your childhood kind of shit.
Yeah. And in fairness,
So
there's a distinction to, I hate to be that guy that's bringing it back to me, but I just want to make it clear for, I guess, someone whoever's listening to this conversation. No, I thought I was just Mike today. That's why I was walking. No?
Oh, that's right. You're Mike. Mike is Liam. I'm me.
Exactly. That's why I'm wearing the hat to hide the blonde, No, but
that was a controversial
like
move.
my clientele, for example, would very rarely, like, yes, I get a lot of fat loss clients. Absolutely. There's no shortage of that in my history with coaching. But my clientele will never be someone, not because I don't want them, but because I just feel like I will push them to a friend of mine who maybe has more experience in that, whether more education or quite literally the experience of it. People that are trying to lose 100+ pounds are not my people. And it's not because I don't love them. Quite the opposite. It's just because I feel like they won't get the value from me that they will get from someone else paying the same price or maybe more sometimes, depending on the person. But I think relatability is a big thing as well, and I have not lost 100+ pounds or 50+ pounds. And not that is the only thing. You guys know me well enough to know that I don't preach on my page like you have to have experienced this to know what the fuck you're talking about. No, but I do think it's important, especially when you're putting your money behind something and you really want to like believe in a product or a service. I think it is important. I think it's valuable to be able to relate to the people, because
you need to have a connection with the client, and sometimes that connection is the relatability.
Absolutely. Just the same that somebody that's perhaps lower income, it doesn't really make sense to collaborate with, although that's a whole separate talking point. It doesn't really make sense to hire a coach that's like living in a mansion with, Lamborghinis, Bugattis, whatever. They still do it sometimes, but it just doesn't make sense. Right. So, because they kind of don't breathe the same air. They don't live the same life. They don't know the little hacks that we can, save them money in their goal or in their pursuit of whatever their endeavor is.
If anybody here's looking for fat loss coaching, I am broke as shit.
I'm sorry?
Said if anyone here's looking for fat loss coaching, anyone listening right now, I'm broke as shit. Don't worry about me living in a mansion anytime soon. It won't happen.
Dude's the most relatable guy ever, except for the fact that he's got more steps than you. Regardless of what you think, he will have more steps than you. And
I wanted to talk about this before. So anytime I do a live stream, I'm walking.
Sorry.
Sorry.
Just need to interrupt for a second. I know you didn't hear it, but that was the sound of a sugar-free beverage being opened.
Oh, we heard it. I'm going to go get one. And you guys start talking about the safety of aspartame.
Okay, perfect. I think these are aspartame. Yeah, aspartame and acetylfame potassium, or ACE-K, as my American friends like to call it. I've never heard a Canadian say that, so I'll just, but it feels just like a lazy way out. How many steps have I taken? This has been a lot.
I don't think I've ever heard a Canadian say that, aside of you, maybe. But then again, 90% of the people I know are American.
Yeah, dude.
So sorry.
What's so funny is actually a lot of, there we go. Join the club. What do we got there? By the way, mine was a Fresca. What is that?
This is an
Barks.
A&W Zero
A&W.
Sugar. The reason I've got this.
Now I feel bad for opening mine before we started.
Oh, that's okay.
Is yours sugar-free, though?
Yes.
Okay, that's all
we
that
don't
matters.
drink calories here.
Listen, he needed to drink that in a timely fashion. It's highly caffeinated. Mine could have been consumed whenever.
I love a Sprite Zero. I love a Diet Squirt. But this right, which you Canadians don't have. Yeah.
Yeah.
But this right here, this leaves, for those of you not on the visual meeting, this is an A&W zero sugar root beer. This satiates me in a way that the other ones don't. It leaves
Rob,
me
do you feel
not.
offended?
Is a different company than your A&W.
Yeah. I feel like attacked with that. We do have A&W root beer and the diet variety. It's just different.
Yeah, you've got the, you don't have
It was
Diet
interesting.
Squirt, do you?
When I went to the US,
No, we don't have Diet Squirt.
I tried
but I wish we
your
did.
A&W root beer zero, and I was like, I don't know. This kind of tastes just like our diet root beer up here.
This feels like a tax loophole for some reason. You know what I mean?
We get 300 different flavors of zero Dr. Pepper. You guys get healthcare. That's the trade-off.
But also
Listen,
your A&W
you guys get Red
burgers look
40.
like shit.
Sorry, what?
The A&W burgers in the US look like shit.
Dude, can we talk about this for a second? Rob, have you ever been to a McDonald's in the US?
I did, and I meant to go when I was down there. Like, take me to a McDonald's while I'm down there.
Like, I feel like you need to go just to experience it, but every McDonald's in the US that I've ever been to has been like really disappointing. Whereas,
really,
forgive me, but Mike, we don't have fast food like you guys got it. But okay, Rob, correct me if I'm wrong, but like McDonald's is kind of the cornerstone of fast food here, no?
McDonald's and A&W, yeah.
They hold it down. All right, fair enough. I'll take that. They hold it down. So whenever I go to the US and I'm like, oh God, I got like no other option, and then there's McDonald's around, every single time, disappointed. I'm disappointed every single time. It's like not the same standard. The fries always suck, which is like, whoa, come on, they're French fries. And it must be because they're not fried in tallow. That must be what it is.
Must be it. That must be it. Yeah, Mike, you're going to have to take me to McDonald's while I'm down there.
Yeah, I want to see a Canadian's reaction. Rob's coming here next week. As somebody who used to be at McDonald's 3 times a day for a long time, I wasn't going there because it was satisfying. That wasn't.
But it's also not cheap, dude. Like, it's not cheap anymore either.
Not anymore.
Fair play.
Now I would have been having to take out loans or something
dude,
else.
A mortgage for a fucking Big Mac, dude. Forgive my language.
Back then, I could get in and out for like $5, But yeah, now it's 3 times that easily.
To confirm, you're talking about go in and then leave the location, or are you talking about in and out as in the restaurant?
In and out is disgusting, and I will die on that hill.
You know, I agree normally. Oh, forgive me. All of this walking has triggered my blood glucose to drop dramatically.
Oh, okay. Yeah, let's not have that happen.
Walking.
Yes.
Yeah, I'm diabetic. Fun fact.
Do you have any
I'm going to stop
food?
walking.
Like,
well, I do have food. This is not a sponsored promo. I'm just going to have some creatine gummies that I had here for a video yesterday. Not a sponsored promo, but they do have some carbs. And if it gets bad, I'll walk away for like 2 seconds.
Yeah, if you just have to walk away go and get a snack real quick and then come back. We will hold it down, as the kids say.
Hold it down. Yeah.
Hold it down.
What else
I'm
do the
not
kids
hip
say?
like that, man.
They say that I'm chopped and also unk.
You're Sigma.
I haven't been called unk yet.
No? How old are you?
You can tell my TikTok views are in the toilet because I haven't been called unk yet. 1 moment.
Wait, are people really saying unk these days?
Yeah, well, it's mostly children, but yes.
Really? See, that's the thing you see a lot on from the native population here is they'll call each other uncle and stuff. I don't know.
I've never seen somebody with a profile picture,
native, but I see that happen a lot. So it's weird to be thinking that young people are suddenly going unk.
It happened fairly recently, and it's always somebody with like an anime profile picture. And if you were to click on their thing, it'll say like, I'm graduating high school in 2029. Like, okay, well, this person's opinion does not matter. Like, it doesn't.
Are we already past skibbity toilet riz? Are we like?
Oh, way past that. I haven't seen that in a while. That feels ancient now.
Oh, okay.
I never actually saw it. Does that make me a bad person?
Yes.
The skibbity
terrible
riz
person.
stuff?
Get off the podcast.
Fair play. To make me an even worse person, I have this. This was so disappointing. By the way, I'm holding up a raspberry lemonade ginger ale. It was disappointing for 2 reasons. One, because I thought I grabbed a 0 sugar variant. It was not. It is full sugar, hence why I'm drinking it now. Also,
Good to have it.
Flavor was like mid.
It's when you need it, you need it. I'm not a diabetic, but I do suffer with low blood sugar and low blood pressure and everything. I've got a whole bunch of shit wrong with my body. I am 23 recessive traits masquerading as a human being in a trench coat. But yeah, it's like I've got a little bag of salt in my glove box, and I had to find the coarsest grain salt I could in case I ever got pulled over and they found it, so that it looked like salt.
Yeah, so that they weren't like, the fuck are you doing?
Yeah.
It's either that or you rob Chipotle.
It's kosher.
You know?
Yeah, well, that too. Oh, man.
You're not the guy with the napkin.
The seed oils. The seed oils at Chipotle. They're going to get me.
My body's doing amazing. It's my mind that's going.
Yeah. Yeah, I feel that. My mind is definitely, I mean, I'm not going to speak to whatever it is that you were going to dive into, hopefully, Rob, but I feel that.
Oh, I wasn't going to dive into anything. I was just saying.
My body's also cooked. How are your cats
We're going to be the most
Rob?
jacked guys at the retirement home.
Honestly, dude, just put me out at that point.
Be flexing in the mirror, and the nurse is like, yeah, you look exactly like C-Bum.
Who is that? Who is he talking about? That's how they know I'm getting like put away for dementia or whatever. Like he keeps mentioning this C-Bum guy. Never heard of him.
Sam Sulek?
Back in my day, Sam Sulek.
He drank chocolate milk and got huge.
Yeah.
Give me my chocolate milk.
You just don't understand. Put the walker down. Put the walker down. Anyways,
I have no idea what we were talking about.
Lots of different things. Abuse in place. Yeah. So what did I interrupt, by the way? You guys did call me out onto the pod. I feel like I commandeered this pod for no reason, and I'm so sorry.
There's never a structure on these shows. We just bring in people that we want to have chats with, and we get to have chats with them. It's a good excuse to hang out with friends.
There is zero structure to this.
Wow.
We just talk.
We're just chilling. That's
what's
all.
Some of the
and
feedback
we like it that way.
Yeah, what's some of the feedback you guys get on these pods? I feel like that would be like a fun little topic of conversation right now. I'd love to dive into that.
Do we have the comments? Can we like read some fan comments?
When we started out, there was some comments about how, it'd be better if we had the questions prepared ahead of time and, of course, introduce the guests better.
Well, I don't want to hear the dumb comments. I want to hear the good ones. Get rid of those.
By the way, guys, that's my favorite part of social media is the comments.
Oh, God.
Well, for better or for worse.
We decided that we wanted to keep it very loose, very unscripted, very casual. And so we were like, well, there's like 5 million podcasts you can listen to if you want the scripted thing where we just lay out some questions and go through them. Yeah. We don't want that. We want the guest to come on here and feel casual and talk about whatever they want. We want the listener to feel like they're just kicking back, listening to us converse.
Having a sugar-free beverage.
I've gotten some comments that like absolutely people feel comfortable listening to this. Like they're just sitting there listening to a friend talking. Mm-hmm. That's what we want.
I feel like it demystifies us too, because to some people we're just like an internet presence, and we've got these big followings, and it's like, well, is this person mortal like me? Not to say that like anyone idolizes us, but there are people that I'm sure you both get very nice comments in your DMs from people that said like, thank you for sharing this. Thank you for saying this. Like, I think this also serves to them as like, hey, we're just like you. Like I talk about my struggles on here all the time. I talk about the things that I went through on my journey to try to let people know, hey, I'm not perfect now nor then. And I think that's kind of
that's one of the I've mentioned before that I love that we do is that we just keep in our fuck ups. It's like, hey, we fucked up. We do it. Everybody does it. Mm-hmm. I've completely messed up an opening sequence before, and we were just like, screw it, keep it. Like it was right at the beginning. We could have easily reshot it, but it was like, no, I fucked up. Yeah, who cares? Let's go.
Own it. See, the funny thing about that is I actually don't know if people would respect me more or less if they knew how much I edited my videos. And what I mean by that is like, it's not like I'm not like changing the way I look. I've never once put on a beauty filter. I mean, maybe by accident, but like, okay, never intentionally put on a beauty filter. My videos don't have filters on them. All right. So I never color grade my videos. I never intentionally shoot with like, I mean, unless there's a blinding light, like that's really distracting. I don't even look for good lighting. Nothing. I mean, granted, I have pretty solid lighting in here, but that's just because it would be pitch black otherwise. So with that, all that said, I do edit my videos in the sense that I grew up with a stutter. Like not a bad one, but I stutter a lot because call it ADHD or whatever. I'm trying to word vomit everything. I get really excited and then I try to get all the words out half the time. And I repeated the same sentence 18 times today. No joke. The 18th take was the perfect one. It's always the last one. The 18th take of a sentence. And now it's like, I've done this where I make videos a lot and people are like, oh man, you're like, the compliment I get that makes me so happy is like, man, you're so good with your words. And I go, you have no idea how bad that is incorrect.
I'm so good how with incorrect editing.
That is. You think I'm good with my words? No, I'm good with my clicking and my fingers and cutting it and editing it together. Exactly.
I am the same way. I mean, I've been doing this 2.5 years and I'm still not any more comfortable in front of a camera. I still stutter and freak out every time I try to record something. I've had a stutter, like it's something I've had to fight. Oh yeah.
Yeah. It's weird, it's the Canadian came out. It's weird though but it is weird that like if you put the phone, it's a lot less intimidating than a camera. And it's not that different, you know what I mean? Like if I put, this up, it's like, ooh, versus if I put this up and it's kind of recording the same thing, you know what I mean? Like, but for some reason it physically makes me sweat. That's a fun fact for anyone that I am literally drenched in sweat after every recording session, which is another reason why I batch produce content, because then I'm sweating only twice in a week instead of every single day, but they still see me every single day. So there's a fun fact.
Let's run a poll right here. Do we prefer Edin to be wet or not wet? If we
get
those numbers back,
where that's going to go.
What if we improve the Nielsen rating on your videos by, people prefer slightly more moist,
nice damp pit stains and
get you some gray t-shirts. Yeah.
Hey, I'm wearing one that shows sweat pretty well here. Look, you see this?
There we go.
No joke. I was also walking.
YouTube bait.
So take that with a grain of salt. But if anybody's watching this, they can see my Viore shirt. Shout out Viore.
Damn.
They are showing some sweat. I granted, I was walking, but I would probably sweat just the same at some point during this podcast. It just would have taken a little bit longer to get there. The low blood sugar also helped. But yeah, that's something that maybe people didn't want to know that they now know about me. And what I will say, by the way, that I really appreciate you bringing this to my attention when I asked about the comments. Rob, I don't remember what we talked about the last time I was on the podcast, but randomly somebody, like people will come out and DM me and say things like, man, I feel like I learned a lot about you in that podcast. And I go, I guess it's crazy. I just go, oh, that's so weird. But how could you have learned anything about me? Like, what did I talk about that's any different? I feel like you see me every day, but then you forget that people only see what you post. And even though I think I'm posting everything and I think I'm being as transparent as I can, and I think people know me perfectly, that the one compliment I got was only like 2 or 3 weeks ago, actually. They watched the podcast later and they said, I didn't see your humor being that way. I go, how the fuck have you ever read my comment section? Like what?
Okay, everybody watching this, go ahead to his comment section and just write pit stains.
Evidence
comment
nutrition.
Pit stains and I'll know exactly where this came from.
Pit stains.
On any video, whatever you're watching.
I'm not particularly funny in my videos. I'm in education mode. I'm teaching, I'm sharing, I'm doing something emotional, So when I get onto these podcasts and people find out that I have a sense of humor, they're well, I guess the ones who tell me that they're delighted are delighted. Maybe there are some that go, my heavens, and clutch their pearls and unfollow me. But
yeah, I do get a few of those. And you get some unsavory comments from someone with a Bible quote. It's like, look, it's not everyone with a Bible quote.
That's exactly why we keep it unscripted.
Yeah, I was going to say it's not every single one with a Bible quote, but somehow the cunty comments always do also have a Bible quote.
I ran a series earlier through the summer.
Yes, bring it back, dude. That was fucking hilarious. That series was so good. I think I commented on every video. It was unreal.
So you've seen it. Okay. Yeah, everybody wants me to do it again.
For those who haven't, please continue to explain it.
How long will it take to find a bully in the comments with a Bible quote in their bio? It's I would find a person bullying, and then I would go to their profile, see if they had a Bible quote in their bio, and I'd see how long it would take me to find that person. It was always like 10 seconds.
Yeah.
And then I would read the quote, and it was
always like top 3 comments, but sometimes it would throw you for a whirl and you had to go through a couple profiles. It wasn't always immediate, but usually it was pretty fucking close.
I'll give an In Moderation podcast exclusive. I've got like a second season of it I'm working on where I'm going to change it up a little bit. I'm trying to figure out how to format it, but basically I want to take quotes from people with Bible quotes in their bios and attribute those bad comments to Jesus. Like the people, especially right now with the SNAP benefits. Yeah, where it's the people who are speaking up against SNAP benefits or people that are like, I'm a big fan of Jesus. Like, I want to take those comments and then put them under a picture of Jesus. And there are people that are going to get immediately upset about that. Meanwhile,
of course,
they're willing to say that while they are representing the religion. And it's, by the way, to anybody here who's listening, I do not hate religion. I am a friend of Jesus myself, which I think shocks some
The teachings
people.
of Jesus, like
He's a
when
cool
taken
dude.
at face value, is great.
Yeah. So
I would argue of most religions, if not all, I don't know all of them. I'm not familiar, but most of what I've learned, I've taken a few world religions classes. I would say across the board, pretty good. And most folks would agree with it.
Yeah. If you look at like the golden rule of most religions, it's do unto others as you would have them do to you.
Yeah.
Or
so it's always a critique of the person.
Some variation, yeah.
I am critiquing the person who is using the religion incorrectly rather than the religion itself.
Yeah.
And luckily, most people got that. And they were all like, I had a lot of Christians. Yeah, where they were like, thank you we appreciate you pointing out the hypocrisy because these few people make us look really bad. And so I'm glad that it went over well.
Well, I mean, you know what I see this as? I see this as no different from, to give you a gym example of like what Joey Swole does. You know, I see it the exact same way. It's just holding a different audience accountable. Different audience, but adjacent audience, right? Like, because it's still somehow within fitness. It's usually someone who's trying to better themselves. And in some capacity, that's usually the video that you were, I don't want to say going after, that you weren't going after, but that's usually kind of the style of video that you would have been watching. And then somebody was just trying to shoot them down just because they're not. It was always for a stupid reason. It's like somebody who's slightly overweight, but maybe was like 300 pounds overweight beforehand and now is like 100 pounds overweight. And they're judging them based on the classic in that moment judgment. And so, it was kind of always a bad situation. But those videos, it's like what Joey Swole does to gym bros. It's like you make everyone look bad by being rude to others in the gym. You make all bodybuilders look bad. You continue to perpetuate the idea. And I don't consider myself a bodybuilder, but I definitely want people to feel comfortable in the gym. So if I'm ever putting on a mean mug because I just ate shit or struggled through a set, I try to, like, I know that I'm perpetuating a look, or I know that a look, I know people see me as a certain way, right? And whether they see me as intimidating because I might be larger than them, or whether they see me as a little bitch because they're way bigger than me, whatever the way they see me, I realize that other people see me differently than I see myself. So I think it is important to acknowledge that and just be like, look, everyone's at a different starting point. We cannot please everyone all the time, but just try to make whoever they are feel welcome. And that works about 90% of the time. Same idea goes here with these videos, like Mike's reacting to videos that are, in my opinion, 99% of the time, someone just trying to better themselves. And then it's all these, I'm not going to say Christian, but we'll say faux religious folk who claim they are following their religious rule, whatever it may be. I'm sure it wasn't always Catholic or Christian or whatever, but the
first one was down 240 pounds. Like the first video that did really super well, I think there was like 8 million views on it. It's the person was talking about how they lost 200 pounds, 240 pounds. And you can see the difference from the before and the after. And everybody's
pounds,
like,
that's my weight. You know what I mean? You lost that much.
Insane.
Yeah.
And then if you go to her profile,
human.
you can see her face is totally different. Her body's completely different. I had been following her for a while at that point, and I'd gotten to see the transformation. And people just won't let it happen. But meanwhile, if she were to post a video and not talk about the weight loss, all the comments would be them saying, well, you got to lose weight. Like, my brother, she's doing it. She's doing it now. She's like, it's what more? I've got a couple of them in the tank where there's somebody like actually physically in the gym doing the stair stepper. You can see the difference from the before and after. And these people are still like, you got to do more. You got to do more. She's there. She's just catching it mid-flight.
What do you attribute that? What do you attribute that to being? Like, what do you think? What is the reason? Sorry, I'm taking off my Splenda hat here. Shout out Splenda, also love that. What do you attribute that to being? Like, what do you think the reason somebody leaves a hateful comment is? Because personally, and let me be honest, I've had many comments that I've left that have rubbed people the wrong way, for sure. But I've never in my life left a like spiteful or hateful comment ever. Even like I've written some whack stuff on Twitter and Facebook, you know, when it shows up on your memories, whatever, like as a teenager. But I'm still, even then, it's like, haha, me and this person are playing football. And it's like, okay, cool. Those, you know, back in the days of what do they call status updates on Facebook? You're like, cool, this is super cringe, but like whatever. But I've never left a hate comment. I feel free if you find one of my hate comments to tag me in it if I have left one and I'm wrong.
That sounds like a challenge.
Hold on a second. Let's,
absolutely. Well, thank you for bringing it up.
Got this entire list here.
Have a seat.
Yeah, my thing is, I'm genuinely curious. I don't know. Like I think it's like an inferiority complex, to put it quickly. But I'm curious your guys' thoughts on why you think people do that.
Rob, you have any thoughts?
It's hard to wrap my head around, as also somebody that like I don't see the purpose of putting hate out there like that. I try to be positive towards people. If people come at me, I give it back to them equally.
Oh yeah.
No qualms about that.
Yeah.
But
that's different.
Like,
I'm talking
if I
like
see something
unprovoked.
that I absolutely hate, I'll just skip it. Like there's no reason to even leave a comment.
Because that's how algorithms work also. Because you'll get that kind of content more and more and more.
Yeah.
I am entrenched in this kind of content, of course, as somebody who lost 110 pounds and helps other people to do the same thing. And I've taken a slant against bullying in the past
coaching
year or
links
so.
in bio, by the way. Coaching links in bio. Mike needs a plan.
Coaching links in bio. Links in bio. I promise you, I do not have any supercars.
But if you want to donate to my Movember campaign, $2 is all you need to do. My beard is gone, but mustache is incoming. I swear to God. Anyway, sorry.
I can see it. I see the stubble. No, you're getting there.
Anyways, you were saying.
You got that 17-year-old trying to grow it out kind of look.
With the frosted tips bullshit. Yeah. Peach fuzz. Yeah, there we go.
InSync is looking for you. Anyway, yes. I've come up with a couple of reasons why it's happened. And every once in a while, I will post a video asking people in all sincerity, if you are someone who hates this person for their size, or you feel the need to comment, why? What is compelling you to say something about this? Is it threatening to you? Do you feel as though if you don't say something, it's contagious, it'll come for you? Is it cultural? Did you just grow up hearing this? Do you have somebody that shamed you for this kind of thing? And no one's ever given me a straight answer. So they'll usually say, well, bullying works, bro. Or they'll say that they just want to help or whatever, which is not true.
That's the worst one. I think that's the worst one. But I've had the moment early 20s. And look, I'm sure we all have the moment. We're not perfect. We're judgmental. People in general are judgmental. They're always criticizing things for whatever reason. And not like, you know, you're criticizing to learn something new, or like, hey, I don't like that, I'm going to learn from that. Like for whatever reason, that's just how humans operate. And for me, I don't get it twisted. Like there's a lot of people that I'm like, oh, this guy seems like a dick. And And that is a criticism I'll have in my head. And maybe I'll share that with my close ones. And then I'll think about it. I'm like, am I saying that because I'm jealous of them? Like I kind of had that thought process in my early 20s, I'll say, is like, am I criticizing this guy because he's got a Lambo and I'm mad about it? Sometimes the answer straight up was yes. You know, you're like, damn, this guy looks like his life is less struggles. You know, this guy looks like because he scammed people out of their money, whatever, or because he's sold so many cookbooks that his life is so easy. You know, you're like, damn, maybe I'm the problem. And in either way,
like
I think I realized
a hidden slight towards Greg Doucette.
No,
Buy my cookbook.
who? I don't know why you think that.
Buy my turkesterone.
Well, I'll have a not so hidden slight. How are you going to sell turkesterone for years and come out and try to make a diss track against Jeff Nippard? That still blows my mind. The irony of this man making a living like that is, whatever. Make your living how you want to make your living, but like, don't try to look like try to be an angel. You know what I mean?
Speaking of fat shamers, I've seen nothing but fat.
I feel like Greg Doucette is a pretty good.
Case.
Yeah, I was going to say, I feel like Greg Doucette is a pretty good example of a fat shamer.
Mm-hmm. And the thing is, like, if you're going to criticize someone, offer something that, like, I've seen. I don't want to mention names because I don't want to give them any more airtime than they're already getting. But there are some accounts where it's not a coach. It's not somebody who's had a transformation. It's not even somebody in fitness. They are just getting on to talk about and stitching videos of people who are heavier and saying the most horrendous things about them. I'll tell you the names of it afterward. Because there's this one guy who I'm like trying to figure out how to address, because he's not in our fitness space. He doesn't offer anything. There's no like link. He's just doing it for the sport. And he's got like 600,000 followers. And I don't get it. He's never offered advice. He's never offered a correction. He just gets on and he talks about how lazy and sloppy and shitty. How do you get like this? How does it happen? And he always in the comments will say like, well, I just want them to improve. I want them to help, or I want to help them. Okay, well, why have you never? There's not even a place for someone to come to you for help because you're not coaching. So what is this?
I actually witnessed something quite interesting, completely unrelated, but it can relate here in a sec. I witnessed a completely unrelated conversation where somebody asked the most disarming question. It was in person, not to me. I just witnessed the conversation, and he just said, "How do you intend to do that?" And the guy started going babbling through. Again, I'm not going to get into this scenario. It's not really important. But he just said, how do you intend to do that? Or how? The question was literally just how. So that's my favorite, is whenever I like see, oh, we're just trying to help. I'm just trying to help. Okay, how? And if you can't even
bullying works, bro.
Well, right. And if that's
bullying
the solution, it's like, does it? How does it work?
How does it work? What do they do? Because these people did not go into the gym knowing what to do. I am only this size now because somebody took me under their wing when I was at my heaviest and taught me shit and listened to me. He was just a friend of mine. I wasn't working with him for very long, but that was the foundational knowledge I needed to start learning my own stuff. Otherwise, you fall into disinformation rabbit holes, and hell, you just may not stick with it very long.
And we even have science at this point showing that negativity is not helpful.
No. And how having a training partner is helpful, and how all of these different things, like we have so many, that's maybe helpful.
Point is the, one of the greatest things you can do to help somebody is train with them.
Yeah.
We are social creatures. That's our biological evolutionary advantage as a species. Our young are useless for the first 15 years of their lives. We have only dominated the planet, for better or for worse, because of our proclivity for teamwork. So it goes against our biological imperative to be hating on each other when we're trying to improve. We need that community. We need people to help us. Yeah,
I think for if there's anyone that cares to hear what I have to say on this, it's that
I don't. I'm leaving.
Yeah, see you guys later.
Mike actually leaves.
Mike actually leaves. He's like, I'll get my steps elsewhere. Fuck this. Like, I always bring up the example because it's pertinent to me. I grew up playing tennis. If you guys have ever tried to play tennis, or if anybody listening has ever tried to play tennis, especially if you picked it up for the first time as an adult, I can guarantee with a 99% certainty, you suck ass. Plain and simple. I'm going to say it like that. Absolute statement. You probably suck ass. Now, take that same energy and apply that to the gym on your first time, especially if you're someone who is overweight. Not even getting into the dynamic of like, do you fit? You know, do you fit in the equipment? Do you, can you keep up? Can you even walk at the slowest speed? You know, like all of these things, like leave that out of it. Just remember, like picking up a sport as a able-bodied, good, maybe we'll call it normal weight or whatever the BMI is, your quote unquote normal BMI for your height. If you picked up a tennis racket, you would suck ass. Even if I gave you the best equipment, all of the best shit, and good court time, good balls, good whatever, you would be shit. Even by the end of the first day, a good lesson, you would still be shit. By the end of the first week, probably still shit. By the end of the first year, you might be able to rally and like maybe you get like a start on things. Maybe you can hit the ball back and forth, which is awesome. But again, you're not Roger Federer type level or Novak Djokovic, whomever you actually know. Serena Williams, right? If you're more on that side of things, you're never going to be at that level. Never. And so there's this interesting, thing within fitness, which is so strange to me because I've lived in professional tennis and different levels of amateur tennis where in a variety of different roles where I see this and I'm like, okay, like people have this understanding, like I will never go pro, I'll never pick this up and go pro. Yet when you come into the gym and if you post something on social media, you should never, like you better be Chris Bumstead. You know what I mean? And it's like, there's only one of him. There's only one Roger Federer. Yep. There's only one Serena Williams. Like this is the level. Like Chris Bumstead is as successful as he is. He's quote a legend. I still don't think Chris is what Roger Federer is in tennis. Chris is not what Tiger Woods is in golf. Chris is not what Serena Williams is in tennis. Certainly, he does not have that level of legend. I'll argue with that at length with anyone. What he's done is crazy.
It's a more wide appeal
for his sport. Yeah, for sure.
A lot
and it's
of
more
people
easy
watch
to digest,
sports.
easy to understand, and relatable because anyone can lose weight, which I love it for that reason. And that's not a argument I want to get into. I think that's awesome. But again, the point still stands. It's like for tennis, you come into it with this understanding of like, okay, I'm going to suck. But for some reason, fitness is like, what do you mean in the first week you haven't dropped those 300 pounds you were trying to lose? Like,
yeah.
What do you mean you're not an expert?
You can't bench 300?
Yeah, that's a perfect example. Thank you. What do you mean you came into the gym and can't deadlift a house?
Victim weight.
Like
victim weight.
Yeah, victim weight. Or yeah, that stuff too. So that to me is like so funny because I'll always just say, sorry. I'll say something like, sorry, are you a pro tennis player? And no one will understand what I'm talking about. And then they'll go off on their own tangent. But that's kind of what I mean is like, you'll never see in any include, right? Like whatever sport you played, basketball, football, whatever. Football is another great example. You throw a spiral on your first throw, probably not. For an American football, I was talking about, not like a soccer ball. But insert sport here that requires any amount of skill.
Soccer balls spirally.
My sport was chess.
Are gifted. Your sport was chess?
Yes, still is.
That has to be the most intimidating sport someone can tell me is their like main sport.
Oh, it's terrifying.
But Mike, were you a grandmaster the first time you played chess?
No, absolutely. Actually, the first game was fantastic,
Pussy.
and then every game after that was it's pussy. Victim weight.
What do you mean you're not a grandmaster?
What do you mean your pawn can't bench 300? Yeah, it's like
wait. You're telling me your bishop can't move more than just in the diagonal? Pussy.
Yeah, that's called cheating, which is ultimately what some of these people who are complaining about victim weight are doing. They're cheating with drugs. And that's one of the reasons why everyone's perspective on what we should look like is so warped, including my own. I work here.
Facts.
I know that these people are on drugs. I know where they get their drugs. I could have a needle in my ass by the end of the week. All I have to do is make a call tonight.
I'll contact you after this, by the way.
Quick. I got you. Don't worry.
Yeah, thank you. Appreciate it.
And it still fucks with me. I know that it's fake. I know that their insides are melting. And I know that statistically speaking, they're not going to make it through their 50s. I'm still fucked up about it.
Dude, I'm on the back end. I know how much lighting can impact things. Like a good downlight, a good downlight with a light from the side. Dude, that changes everyone's physique. That makes you go from like,
oh God,
I can kind of see your abs to like, what? that literally makes you go, trust me, I'm a great example. If you look at me head on, you're like, you kind of look like you lift weights, maybe a little bit. Then include a down light and a light from the side. All of a sudden, like, damn, you're shredded, bro. Right.
Yeah,
so it's like even that.
If I turn off this light in front of me and just leave on the light in front of me or above me, huge difference.
Yeah. This is the worst place to pose, by the way. Sorry?
Can you give me some of those lights that make me look big?
Are you talking about downstairs or like in general big?
Yeah, both.
Okay, I got you.
Yeah,
we can hook you up, Mike.
Yeah,
thank you.
We'll talk later.
Great.
Yeah,
got it.
In the show notes below. Check the show notes.
Patreon content. Lighting my
Patreon,
balls.
Exactly. And if you guys want the extended cut, you got to visit my Patreon.
The first ever ball sack bodybuilding competition.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Absolutely. What
can you imagine if the penis
sacks
had muscle that you could build?
you know, candidly, as a kid, I used to think so. I used to genuinely think so. You know that moment you realize when you can flex it? That moment as a kid when I realized I could flex it, I was like, damn, there's something here.
There's got to be research on this. Just train to failure, hypertrophy training.
I don't know, but now I will look for it. See, that's the thing is like I'm so decent at like reading through and sifting through nutrition literature. But the moment I try to go something in some route that is not my own, in some lane that is not my own, I actually I'm like a lost puppy. I have no idea what am I going to search? You know, and not only that, I don't want search history, you know, like I'm not trying to get OnlyFans popping up. I swear it's because of this search. No, kidding. But yeah, no, I did think that. Anyway, I'm going to let this one fizzle away and we'll just conversation.
No, we're waiting for the training plan, buddy. You got to release that training 12 week. 8
to 12 week course on how to get jacked ball sacks.
For anybody that doesn't realize it yet, no, the penis does not have muscle. You cannot get a jacked penis.
Speak for yourself, brother.
But it would be cool.
I'm going with Ed Sahovic's 12-week couch.
You clearly haven't done the program, bro.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Damn. Sorry.
And if you want to find the program, it's on grift.edin.com / penis.
Speaking of, where can everybody find you on all the socials?
So all the socials, you can find me at Evidence Nutrition. And then I also have a coaching platform where you can find me at evidencenutritioncoaching.com. Or you can find that in the link in my bio. And then also I am doing a Movember campaign that I'm extremely passionate about. I want to make more content. And if anybody has any feedback, it is watching this and wants to DM me feedback, they listened this far. First of all, one, I appreciate it. But about how I can try to push the message a little bit more, because social media is a little bit sensitive to using like terms like suicide. And I really... I really want to raise awareness about it. I've always been very passionate about it. I've been doing these Movember campaigns with varying degrees of success in different ways, right? Some in person, some whatever. So this year I have a $2,000 goal and I really want to crush it. I don't have a lot of good history with the Movember website. So it looks like it says that I've been a member for 6 years and I've only raised like dog shit amount, which makes me feel really bad. But anyways, if anybody can donate, that'd be great. Or give me feedback on how I can spread awareness better using my platform. I would love to do that also. That's free. You don't have to donate for that. Or if you just follow, if you don't already follow me and you hit that follow button, I will be donating a penny from every single follower that I gain during this month. So
I know you kind of insinuated it there, but just to be clear, explain to people what Movember is and what it's about.
Oh, yeah. Movember. So thank you. So Movember is me shaving off. Normally I have a thick, bushy beard, not quite like Rob, but, some little tykes version. And so I shaved that off and shocked everyone. And the shock value is to hopefully grow a mustache, to raise awareness about suicide prevention, or rather to raise awareness about the amount of suicide that occurs in a year. So hundreds of thousands of men are killing themselves every single year globally. If it might be actually closer to the millions now. And so I just kind of want to help raise awareness and also hopefully some funds to provide them with resources to, know that they're not alone, that there is a place for them. I hope my parents aren't watching this because they tend to watch every podcast that I'm on, but I've thought about it many times, and that's all I'll say. So I'm glad I didn't. I've had many opportunities that were offered to me. So, and I wouldn't have had them if I chose otherwise. Let's put it that way. So yeah, so I've been very passionate about it and trying to turn people away from suicide. And so it'd be really great to hit my goal of 2,000. Obviously, look, I can donate the 2,000 and that's great, but it's a personal challenge to myself that I figure if I can get enough
just
people
yourself, you're not actually spreading awareness.
Correct. Thank you. That's the real overarching message here is like, I would much rather I get $2 donations from everyone and hit my goal. That would, to me, would be grand. That would be crazy because think about the amount of people that have now listened to me talk.
Wait. Is that $2 Canadian or American?
I think it's American. I'm not sure though. It could be Canadian. It's Movember.ca. Actually, it could be Canadian. Let's hold on.
I would want to say that's Canadian because it's probably a base of $1 American.
Yeah, it's $2 Canadian.
Either way, come on, in moderation, Canadian. Listeners. Let's get that goal. Let's do it.
That'd be great. So we're currently at $350. So that's awesome. 350 out of 2,000. So if we could get that up, that would be awesome. And again, if you don't have it in you,
6 of our listeners, every one of you donate an American dollar.
Yes, or $2 Canadian. That would be fantastic.
Or $2 Canadian. Yeah.
And so and just put pit stains. That's how we know where you can.
There we go. Perfect.
The description will be pit stains.
Donate in the name of pit stains.
That's right. But yeah, that's something that I don't know. I am quietly passionate about, right? Like I don't actively talk about it maybe enough. You know, that and diabetes, people tell me I don't talk about that enough. And I'm like, guys, I don't have enough time in a day. I work full time. People forget that I make content like in my spare time. So I obviously want to talk about it more. So if anybody has creative ideas, shoot them my way. I love it. Constructive feedback. I love it. But yeah. And if anybody can't donate because they don't have the funds, that is absolutely fine. Just make sure you're following me. So, or get someone to follow me if you're already following me. Cool.
Awesome.
I'm going to get my cat to follow you.
Please. I mean, that's an added follower.
I'm going to unfollow you so I can refollow you.
Oh, perfect. Fucking get your burner accounts and start following me.
Well, I think that's a good place to leave off, huh?
I don't know. You tell me.
I don't know. You're still walking.
You feel like some cottage cheese or what?
So I think now it's probably a good time to start recording.
Perfect.
Oh,
all right.
Well, at least now the pit stains are here, so we can work with it. By the way, I've had my chicken salad here waiting for me.
It was a good practice podcast.
Oh, well, then you should probably eat that. And we should probably say goodbye. Maybe. Hey, I don't know.
Maybe. It's fine. This was well worth it. And now I can fill up the bowl with more chicken salad. So that's the real win here.
We're all winning today. Especially
on the end, though.
We're all winning if people donate to the Movember campaign.
Absolutely, dude. You know, if you could do one of two things, that whichever one brings you the most value and joy and validity in life, hire Mike for coaching or donate to my page. That's it. Don't come to me for coaching. Actually, you can also, but like, don't, I just want the $2.
You can, but don't.
You can, but don't. Honestly, I'll ignore you now. I'm kidding. But I did have a question that I wanted your viewers to answer. I know it's like very end in the episode, so people have probably clicked off by now. But if there is anyone left, hear it. Yeah, the real fans. I'm curious, what is your favorite hack to get your fiber in? But specifically, don't tell me some fucking carb tortilla bullshit. Don't tell me that. I want to know your favorite food related, and obviously, sorry. Yeah, I'll allow the tortilla, but food related way of getting your fiber in. But be creative.
As opposed to a suppository way to get your fiber in.
Correct. Yes, exactly. A food related way that is getting you the most different types of fiber. What's your hack? What do you got? I'd love to hear any suggestions. Not that I need any more, but it always, you can always use some more. Who knows? People come up with really fun ideas.
Get your fiber.
I'm really hoping somebody writes in with the suppository way to get fiber in.
and it's like a fucking fiber enema.
Snorting lines of Metamucil one after the next.
Dude,
I can't breathe out of my nose anymore.
You don't have an enema of your Metamucil? What the fuck?
Metamucil enema? Yeah. Oh, yeah. We sell those on the In Moderation website, right?
What else do you guys sell there?
Use code KIND at checkout to get 15% off your next Metamucil enema.
Use code ASS to get. That would be so good.
Hey, wasn't that a great time? Listen to the podcast. You were just, I'm assuming you were just listening to In Moderation. So if you go ahead and hit the 5-star button, is that a thing? The like button?
That's a thing.
No.
Yep.
The like button
5
on YouTube.
stars.
If you're on YouTube, hit the like button. Not the dislike button. That's a bad button. The
Bad
like
button.
Bad
Don't
button.
touch.
Hit all the other buttons. The share. You can go check out
all those things.
Subscribe. Go check out our Patreon. Yeah. We do have a Patreon. It's free to join if you want, or you could give us some money. That'd be really cool, like $1 or $2. It doesn't matter. Whatever you have.
That's where you'll find all the news for this.
We're super appreciative. You can find all sorts of other stuff there. We do giveaways, I think, sometimes.
Sometimes.
All that good stuff. Yeah, absolutely. So, peace.